TV, empowering lives.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you sana, lakini tuko na Waluya hapa, tuko na Wakamba, tuko na Wajaruo, tuko na Waturukana, tuko na Wamasai. Sasa inaonekana kama mmeanza kuleta ukabila. Hebu nibalanzie vizuri. Kuna mtu amechokora. Tumshukuru Mungu. Baba, nakushukuru, nasema ni asante kwa kunipa wakati mwingine kuja kusimama hapa kwa ajili ya neno lako. Ninajua wewe ni mfalme wa falme, na umenipa nafasi hii kwa ajili ya kusaidia watu wako waweze kuelewa mpango wako mzuri ambao uko nao kwao. Naomba msamaha wa dhambi zote ambazo tumezitenda kwa makusudio, dhambi ambazo zimefanyika bila makusudio, dhambi zote ambazo zimetufuata kutokana na wazazi wetu na kutokana na maeneo ambao tumetoka na kutokana na watu ambao tuliwahi kukua pamoja na wao. Ninaomba tu ukatusaidie na ukaturehemu. Ni katika jina la Yesu Kristo naomba na kuamini. Yes. Nipatie hii hapa. Salimia mwenzako, mwambie hata kama ni Wakikuyu wengi hapa, tunaomba haki yetu. Tunaomba haki yetu. Hata mimi ninaomba haki yangu, maana balance vizuri. Nani tena ameenda huko? Ameenda wapi? Mwambie. Sasa nani ameingia huko tu amechokora saa hii, kwa sababu hiyo haikuwa hivyo. Ongeza base kidogo. Hai urudishe penye nafaa kwa. Yes. Bado kidogo. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Sasa kuja pale. Ubalance na hiyo ingine. Sasa nyinyi tokeni hapo, endeni padi. Kazi yenu imeisha. Ukabila mtupu. Tribalist. Baka tawa ni tribalist. Singetuimbia kikamba kimoja at least. Na hapa tuna Muluya atingize mapeka. Singetingize mapeka. Good afternoon everybody. This is mainly a class. This is not a church now. You are in a class. Are we? A class. Silly class. That is where we are now. Everybody, I want to see your books. I want to see your notebook, your pen. Please, uabie uko class. Hii ni tabia baya, utavukuswa kuja na mzazi. Mtu aigiagi klasi na simu. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Can I see your books? Can I see your book? Can I see your book? Your pen? Yes. Wale watu wanaelewa wanaenda wapi na wanatoka wapi. Yes. Haya, shiko. Shiko. Kada ya. Wealie. Wealie. Ni aligning. Inaitwa divine alignment. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Angapi mpaka hapo tumefika, tumebarikiwa. Kuja nikwambie. Yes. Today I want us to discuss about overcoming your limitation. Overcoming your limitations. What are your limitations? Do you have limitations? And if we have limitations, why do we have them? Why are you limited? Why are you not making? Why don't you have the breakthrough? Why you do business and the business does not work? For those who doesn't have a notebook to write, you can normally record with your phone. It is very important. Or maybe because you are having it's live. Is it live? You go live? Yeah, you can go and listen to it, make some notes. It is very important. This evening service, hii ingine ya mchana ni ya mahanjam. But unapiga punch. You're preaching. You're preaching to you know, that one is for excitement, exciting people, making people happy and feeling the presence of God. But this one is grounding you, not necessarily making you happy. Because this one is like a nurse when you goes to a hospital and you have a wound that is almost healing, but a doctor now, when you go to him, anaguara, anaitoanisha hiyo ngozi, anatoa yote, ndio aoshe ndani, because kuna kitu inaoza ndani. But for you, you thought you are healing. But when you take to the doctor, removes everything for proper diagnosis. This is the session that this one is for proper diagnosis, because many of us, we are facing challenges in life, but you don't really understand there is the cause of the challenge that you are facing. Why are you facing what you are facing today? Why are you poor? Are you supposed to be poor? Are you supposed to be single? I can see most of you are in the 5th floor, on the 4th floor. Yes. Josephine is going to 5th floor. Oh no, it's in the 5th floor. You have lost the game. Yeah? You are in the 4th. You are millennium. Yes, but the game is not on your side. Was it planned that way? Because God said, he created this woman for this man. Or this man for this woman. Why did it happen? A person like me, I don't have person. Loile. Eh? Why is it me now? I've been using you, using me as an example. I have so many children, but I don't have a wife in the house. Is that normal, really? Is that normal? Is that the plan of God? It's not the plan of God. There must be something that happened in my life that altered the systems or the plan of God. Because God has a purpose for us. And this purpose was given to us before we were born. As it is described in the Bible, in the book of Jeremiah 1 verse 4, the Bible says, before you were born, I knew you. Jeremiah 1 verse 4. Before you were born, I knew you. I set you apart. Then I consecrated you and anointed you to become a prophet unto the nation. So literally, there is a purpose in our life. There is a purpose. God has a reason. God has an arrangement for you. He has already set an arrangement for you. He has got a plan. And the Bible says, I got a good plan. Good what? Plan. The plan not to destroy you. The plan to make you good. To make you happy. So the intention of God when he came, when he brought us there in the book of Genesis chapter number 1 verse number 27, and God created man in his image and in his character. Man was created, man and a woman was created. And God says, and he blessed them. So from the word go, we are a blessed generation. We are people that are not ordinary. We are special people. Because already in the verse 27 of Genesis chapter number 1, he blessed them. He said, and God saw it, they were good. He was happy. He was happy with how you are looking. He was happy. You are not a mukebe. You are not a coincidence. You are not just something that you are a happiness of God. You make God happy. When he looks at you, he sees his art, his plan, the work of his hand. How he finyared the udongo, and then you came out. He was happy. And then he blessed them because he was happy with his creation. So he blessed them. Meaning, whatever that God intended you to become, you have it. But who came in between you and God? Because all what you are going through, it is not godly. It is not godly completely. Whatever that is happening around you, it is not godly. That now you are struggling at your 50s, at your 40s, at your 35, you are still struggling. That you don't even have a job, you don't have a family, you don't have anything, you are struggling. Could it be the plan of God? No, that's not the plan of God. Whenever that we exist on earth, wherever we exist on earth, we are a project of God. And it is a perfect, complete project because God is a master. and you are a masterpiece of the master. So you are a drawing of God. And this drawing was drawn by an architecture known as God. And this architecture, he gave even every quotation of what is supposed to happen. The stones, the sand, the metal, whatever, everything. He gave the quantification of what will happen and what will be used and what will be needed. So at what time, where did we miss the mark? Where did the mark of God disappear to? Because according to architectural plan, you have a Range Rover, you have a piece of land, you have a nice house, you have children who are married, you also have a husband, you have everything. What happened that now none of the things that God planned you for are not existing? None of them. You are struggling. If your children are not struggling, you are struggling. If your children are not smoking bangi, you are frustrated somewhere in Nairobi. You are doing nothing. You are trying to make things work. They are not working. That wherever you go, you are rejected. Wherever you do, you have a marriage which is not a marriage. You know, sometimes when I listen to you guys who are married, when you come to my office, I listen to you, I feel like God had a good plan for me, because you are more frustrated than me. Sure. Baka you feel. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. You feel. Una feel tu nasikia. Why now? Why? Na unaona ndivyo mama ni mrembo. Na ndivyo nasikia mama anafanya bidii. Ndivyo nasikia mama, yani things, the people, you're supposed to be working, and then you see there is a disconnect. A huge one. That's when nashidwa. Mimi mwenyewe, mimi, it's not even a disconnect. I don't have. And the way umekuja tu ni kuadvise how to live with your husband, yet I don't have one. You leave me in tears crying. Because I will tell you, wacha niongee na Kasimu, there is a Zoom meeting I was at. It's not no Zoom meeting. I've got to cry to ask God, what do I tell this couple? Because what I can tell you is divorce, get out. If this man is disturbing you, get out. Because what can I tell you? Nitakwambia nini? Mimi mwenyewe sina. Unaniwekaga kwa majaribu. So how do you expect me to say, oh, because I don't have the experience of having somebody calling me honey. I've never been called honey. And you are complaining because your husband has stopped calling you honey, and he has been calling you honey. So how do you expect me to help you? Nikwambie honey ni nini? Because I don't know honey ni nini. I know honey ni okay. They are sorry. When you tell me that my husband used to call me honey, are you asali? If I look at you, you are not asali. And so many other things that happen in our lives. And these things that happen in our life, it's a disconnect. There is something that is not working. And this one, I've been doing the research about it to understand why. Because there is somebody here, you find it, amesoma vizuri, ako na degree, ako na kila kitu, lakini hana chochote. Ako na kamushara ni kazuri, but ukimuuliza kamushara kako for the last 10 years kameenda wapi? Nowhere. Mtu anakuambia nimetoka US, nimetoka UK, nimefanya nini? Ati I've been sending money. Ananionyesha venye ametumia familia pesa. Uncle, auntie, whatever people, unakuta ametuma 100 million. Sasa namuuliza, sasa na wewe? Mimi sina hata kaburoti. What happened? What happened? That is now you go back to understand what could be this that is limiting me to achieve my fullness. Because this is the most important thing, to achieve the fullness of your life, the fullness of the desires of God. Because God did not bring you on earth to pain. God did not bring you on earth to suffer. God did not bring you on earth then to miss a man or to miss a woman. Because me, I believe my woman is somewhere with somebody. Na siku ile nitajua mahali yako, huyo mwanaume atatambua. I'll go there and ask you, why? What have you been doing with my wife? Because I was broken, I can feel there is a hole here. A rib was broken here. If you touch me, where did it go? Somebody is holding it. When you listen, wewe umefugwa na chuma ya mtu, daribu ya mtu, wewe umefugwa. Where is that man? Where you were extracted from, where is that man? Where did that man go? Where is that man? Don't tell me he died. He is not supposed to die. He's supposed to be living with you. Because God is saying, you are going to enjoy the fruitfulness of the world. The abundance of the world, you are going to enjoy it. So, till death comes. And death is not supposed to come before 70 years. It is supposed to come after 70 years. Because that is the time God has given us. That's when Bwana alikufa when you were at 35. Ndio alikufa. Why? What happened akakufa? Did you kill him? Ni kwa nini alikataa kuishi hii dunia? Mbona alikataa kuishi na wewe enjoy akaage na wewe ati bibi yangu alikufa at 35, tuliona tulikaa tu miaka 7 akakufa. What really happened? Was it normal? Was it God? Was there a plan of God to give you somebody who stay for 7 years and then ameenda? Unapitaga hapo unasema hii ni kaburi ya nani? Ya bwana yangu. Watoto wamekuwa una experience kwa sababu katoto kamoja kalikufa, baba alikufa kakikuwa na miezi. Yeah? Katoto kalifunya. Sasa naambiaga watoto ati huyu ndio baba alimezikwa hapa. Hii picha unaona hii picha. This is how your father used to look. You know, by the way you look like your father. Sasa katoto kanaanza kuimagine how do you look like your father. Yani sasa kakaona bado unajua sasa lazima ukikufiwa na mtu huwezi kukaa tena hivyo, lazima utatafuta kimutu kia kulipa rent na kununua mkate. Sasa kimukiuna kujaga kinaanza kupiga mami mpaka unauliza, mami, was your father beating you? Was my father beating you? Nasema no, I've never. And what is this animal doing in the house? Sasa unafanya mwanaume anaitwa animal in the house. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. And this is what we now look the give us to understand why do these kind of things come and how do we call them? This is what we call limitations. These limitations could be marriage limitations, financial limitations, ministry limitations, job limitation, because some of you are well educated but ukiangalia ile kazi unafanya it does not belong to you. Unafaa kuwa CEO somewhere, unafaa kuwa a business person somewhere. Unaona kazi ulianzisha from scratch na ikapik, lakini kuna mahali ilifika ikakufa. Because there is a limitation. There is a ceiling that is hindering you from achieving. And this ceiling that is hindering you from achieving, it is mostly derived from our source, where we came from. The fabric that formed us, ile kitambaa ilitutengeneza, ndio either ilikuwa ya nylon, ya cotton, ama ilikuwa ya nini, ya woolen, ama whatever it is. You find there is a leakage in what formed you. And this which formed you does not come from now. It is because there is something that was said against you. If we look at the book of Jeremiah chapter number 35, somebody there, give us Jeremiah chapter number 5 and give me in English now, because I know I am talking to the people. Okay, I enjoy speaking English, even if it is broken, but I enjoy it. Because people like this one from America. How is America, by the way? It's terrible. Trump is really chasing you up. But Trump is also not an American. When you go back, I will give you the certificate, birth certificate, your grandfather, your Trump. Yes, from Germany. So if he's sending you back into Kenya, he should also go to Germany, because that is where he comes from. Elon Musk is an Egyptian. You understand me? He's an Egyptian. He's not the American. He's like Obama. Obama also should be sent back home. You see, and so even the speaker is not an American. America has never been ruled, because America is a land that people from Ireland, people from UK, people from Europe went there. We have the Spanish people, we have the German people, Francophone people, we have African. That is a land that does not supposed to belong to anybody. So American muacha kutulingia. That is a land I can go and claim a piece of it, because it's a free land. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Hello. So, we have Jeremiah 35. A message came to me from the Lord. It came due during the time of Jehoiakim was a king over Judah. He was the son of Josiah. The message said this: go to the members of the family of the line of Rechab. Go to the members of the family of Rechab. What's your family name? Otiato. Go to the family of Otiato. Are you getting me? What's your family name? Mbatia. Go to the family of Mbatia. I'm trying to take you to the line of understanding properly the lineage of a problem that you are facing, because any problem you are facing has a lineage. You can trace it back. That is now how you can be able to overcome a limitation in your life, a challenge in your life. You can only overcome it by being able to trace back your lineage, where the caveat was put, where who really damaged you. Because you are suffering a problem, maybe it's 200 years. You are facing a challenge of maybe your marriage is not working. You are not the reason the marriage is not working. But there is somebody somewhere who tampered with the process of God, that now he removed you from the plug that God had plugged your family, and they plugged your family to another plug. Now nothing is working. I say, invite them to come to one of the side rooms in my house. God is telling them that go invite the family of the Rechabites in one of my house, in the church like this one. Praise be the name of God. That go and invite this family. Then give them wine to drink. It is God who's saying, give them what? Wine to drink. So when I will come to your house, please give me wine to drink. It is here. It is written. Will you give? So you have it in the house. Thank you. And you've been pretending. Okay. Now let's go. Let's go number 3. You see how God has instructed Jeremiah to go to the family of the Rechabite and then ask them to have a cup of wine. Ask God, telling you, bishop, you pastor, you apostle, you the holy of the holiest, that Jeremiah, the man of God, go and tell this family to have a cup of wine each. And then you find somebody going to buy you whiskey. It is a wine, not whiskey. Don't give somebody wine. It's a whiskey. You kill that person. So I went and get Jazaniah. He went and found Jazaniah. Then when he found Jazaniah, Jeremiah, he was the son of Jeremiah. Jazaniah is the son of Jeremiah. Jeremiah was the son of Habazinia. I also went to get Jazaniah, brother. Now he's now getting to the family of the Rechabite. He's going there, finding Wajiko, finding Josephine, finding, they are different, my uncle, my auntie, and he's bringing them together. So he went to Jeremiah, who was the son of Abazaniah, and also went to get Jazaniah, a brother, and all of his sons. He went and corrected all the sons. This is instruction from God. He's not doing his own thing. I also went to get Jazaniah brothers and all of his sons. That included all of the members of the family of the line of Rechab. So he went to the line of who? Rechab. He went to the line of Mbatia. He went to the line of Otiato. Went backwards. Several uncles, several gukas, grandfathers, like 10 grandfathers backward. Because God wanted to tell this man what to do. Then I brought them to the Lord's house. He picked them. He took them to the church. As God has instructed him. That he picked them. He went with them to church. And then in the church, then I took them to the room of the son of Hanan. The room in the church. There are many rooms. One of the room of son of Hanan. Hanan was one of the high priests. He was the son of Igdaliah. Gedaliah was also one of the high priests. He was also a man of God. His room was next to the officials. So alipelekwa mahali panaitwa vestry, where these pastors dress, where these pastors do their rituals. This is a holy place. That is where this family was taken to, a holy place. A holy place. Not here, hakuletwa hapa, where everybody is coming, where the rich, the righteous are meeting, the holy of the holiest, the performers. That is where these guys were taken. The entire family was taken there. So wasikuja kusema walipelekwa kwa madhabahu, so that things didn't work. Walipelekwa to the vestry, where the pastors pray first before they come out. And then, to the right people who are also prophets. Their room was above the room of Messiah. He was the son of Shalom. Messiah is the son of Shalom. All these are high priests. All these are the people, men of God, powerful men of God. Not just simple guys around here. Not the quacks. People who really God was using mightily. He also was one of those who guarded the temple's doors. Unasikia? He's a gatekeeper. So not ordinary people. This family was not taken to ordinary people. This family was taken to the people that really matters in time spiritual. Then I got bowls full of wine and some cups. I set them down in front of them before the family line of Rechab. I said to them, drink some wine. But they replied to me, we don't drink wine. You see, it is God that has sent me to come and give you wine. But now you are telling me, I don't drink wine. But you don't want to listen to God. You don't want to hear what God is saying. As long as it is wine, it is forbidden. There are things that you are doing that are forbidden in a family. I want you to understand. Nimeshawafundisha hii, but now it is in a different dimension. Because I want to trace that line that is killing you. That small, it is a tiny line, but it's so dangerous, it has caused you to suffer. Then he says, we don't drink wine. That is because Jonadab, now Guka, the great grandfather, has come in. Jonadab gave us a command. Who is Jonadab? He was the son of Rechab. Jonadab is the son of Rechab. So Rechab is great grandfather. Now we are talking to grandfather, who is called Jonadab. And he's saying he was also one of our own people from long ago. He was one of our own people from long ago. So we are talking about a Guka, a grandfather, a great grandfather somewhere. This is what we are talking about. We are not talking about uncle. We are not talking about auntie. We are not talking about 2 generations. We are talking about 4 generations backwards. And now this is a word that was released by the 4th generation backward. And this word they sing, this is now, I want you to listen to. And he was the son of Rechab. He was also one of our own people from long ago. He commanded who? Not we who are living now. He left a command. And this is the command we are obeying. You and your children, after you must never drink wine. That's the word of the great grandfather. You and your children, after you. So it is about now, we are talking about 5 generations from the originator of this word. Are you getting me now? And then also, verse number 7, also you must never build houses. You will never drink wine. But also, not only drinking wine, you must never build a house. Just imagine. You must never build a house. It's a warning. And they are strictly following it. You must never build a house. You must never plant crops. What? Leave alone wine sasa. Usijenge nyumba. Musiwahi jenga nyumba, this family. And never plant crops or vineyards. You must never have any of those things. It is a command. And this command is from people who have died 5 generations ago. And you are sticking to it. You are sticking to what is in the family. That this is our family, we don't do this. How many of people know that our family, we don't do this? Yeah? Is there a family here that doesn't have, that our family, we don't do this? Is there any family here? All of us. Like me in Kikuyu, me, I am a Kikuyu, I'm a boy. And my clan is Moboy. Baria Marigo. We don't marry to a daga. I can't marry a Mwedaga. Why? And if I marry, I have a brother who married a Mwedaga. I think for those who walikuwa kwa mazishi, there's a brother alikuwa anatembea ni kama amekatika Center Boroti. Alikuwa anatembea hivi. It's because he married a Mwedaga. And they gave, walizaa watoto wawili, jamaa kabedi. Na tulijaribu kumwambia, goko nikole, hapa kuna kerumi. Don't marry this woman, because my first girlfriend was a Mwedaga, na nikaambia usioe. Mimi nikaacha, nikaondokea. Si ati nilikuwa namchukia. She was my best of the best. Tulikuwa tunatoka shule, tunatembea kama 20 kilometers hivi tukiongea, mpaka kunafika saa 3 usiku. Tukiongea tunakosa kujua kulikuwa usiku. Ni mapenzi moto moto. Lakini wakati nilienda kuuliza, nikaambia kwetu hatuoagi nini edhaga. Sasa safari yangu ikafikia hapo. Sasa nilipokuja kusoma Biblia, nikajua kumbe kuna kaujika fulani nilifanya. I could have sorted out this problem. Also, you must never have any of those things. Instead, you must always live in tents. These are the first IDPs on earth. That you have been subjected to poverty. You have been subjected to be a beggar. Generations and generation. And that is why you try to buy a piece of land, unakoniwa. Because in your lineage, there is a word spoken against you owning a piece of land. There is a word spoken against you owning soil. That is why wherever you try, unapata unasikia hii kakuyo maguta, you invest there, your money disappears. You come out, you go invest at somebody else, unasikia hizo plot zilikuwa za kukoniwa. You always find there is something that is causing you money to go. And when you have your 10 million, you want to go buy a nice plot, you are sure anakuwa cancerous. And you are the only in the family that has money. And they are saying you have to take this woman to India just to eat your money. Because there is something, there is a word, there is something that was spoken against you being in a position, a particular position. And this is what they adhered to. They respected it. God is speaking to them. He is telling them, don't drink wine. But they are telling God, our grandfather, who is greater than you, God, stopped us this. He told us never to do this. And this is what has really costed most of us. Because we are clinging to something that was said by a family member who is not existing. But God is existing. And they said, they are told to live forever. Then you will live long time in the land where you are wandering around. Yani you shall live long days of poverty. Long days of suffering. Long days of not anywhere. That you cannot own a property. Most of you, I can look at your faces, you don't have anything. Yet you have lived here in Nairobi. Ni nyumba mnaishi nyumba ya kukoboa. Sasa mtu kama sikuwa amekaa hapa Nairobi karibu miaka 20 na bado anakaa nyumba ya kukoboa. Alafu mnasema hana akili. Sasa hana akili na kukaa yake alimfugia shamba. How do you expect her to grow? Atende dakora kwa akili. Unakuta kuna mtu amefanya UN analipwa mshahara ya 1.5 million. Anatoka hapa anaenda Runda anakomboa nyumba yes 800,000 700,000. Analipa rent a month 800,000 and that 800,000 is a plot. One plot, one salary is a plot. Yani half of the salary you are getting is a plot. And half of the other salary you can buy the stones and build a house. Within that first salary you can lay a foundation. But you find it is necessary not to buy a plot. You do what? You rent a house of 700,000. Then that 700,000, you hire a car. You don't buy a car. You hire a Range Rover that you'll be paying daily 10,000 shillings. Then from there you have 2 maids in your house. From there you have a room that, no, you are getting 700,000 house because it has a bar inside. And in the bar you give a nice stock of every kind of wine because you go to United Nations. You buy it for free. Or for those who are working with the government, they know how to go and get it cheap. You find the stock of the wine, of the spirit, whatever the stock imejaa huko, you can buy a bit stock peke yake. Then because you are living large, you have 2 shepherds, the German shepherds, that are eating better than most of us here. Do you know there are dogs that eat better than you? Yes. You will go and admire. Unaenda tu, mimi niliendanga Rugda zamani, tulikuwa tumeenda kumpeleka watu kumbebea chuma za kufix maji hapo Ruda Water. Sasa tukaenda kwa family moja hapo. I saw what the dog they were being fed. Mpaka nikasikia, nikaumia. Mpaka unaona venye zinakula, naona jikuta. Because they are eating. And this guy is living large. Unaona kuna fleet of like 5 cars, na zote ni za loan. Because what is this? You find there is something that is causing confusion to this man, that he can't see the logic of buying a plot because he thinks forever I will be working here. Now let ufungoja mpaka when you are sacked or when your NGO is denied money. That is now the reality now starts hitting you. That's how you start moving backwards. You will end up being in the Kayore. End up unaingia mpaka unarudi mpaka Geshagi to eat from your mother's plate. Because what could it be that denied you an idea of buying a plot, an idea of doing something, an idea of doing a development somewhere, an idea of investing? There are people here who ukimwambia I invest 1,000 per month, anashidwa. Unasikia moyo wake unakata, anaona ni kama pesa hii inapotea. Lakini ukimwambia the same 1,000 twende tukakunywe, is anakununulia nyama na pombe very quickly. So what could it be this that is stopping you from seeing a development agenda? Instead you see an agenda to destroy what you have. Is it normal? You have the brain to work for this money. You have the brain to do everything. In fact, the entire company is depending on you. The decisions that you give are so powerful. But you don't have a decision to make for your future. You don't have. Are you getting me? So when we have done everything, Jonadab, you see now, we have done everything Jonadab, the son of Rechab, commanded us to do. We have done everything. We have not deviated. We are IDPs and we are proud to be IDPs. We cannot touch soil. We cannot touch a house. We cannot touch this. We cannot do business. There is nothing we can do on earth because we are respecting a word that was spoken by somebody. So we and our wives, and they are proud. You see how this man explaining? Explaining energetically, prophetically, profoundly, as an educated person. Me and our wives. If you happen to, you wives, if you happen to get a man who, and you move around, stay with him for a year. Tembea naye uone venye characteristic venye kama ana invest kama ako na akili ama ako hayana na akili. Usiingie kwa tabu ya mtu mwenye anatembelea kwenye laana za familia. Because this is dangerous. We have done everything. Jonadab, the son of Rechab, commanded us to do. So we and our wives and our children have never drank wine. So where is the wine coming with the construction of the house? Just look at it. What is the relationship of you owning a property and drinking the wine? Of you becoming rich, because when you invest, an investor is the one person that you call is rich. An investor, if you invest, then you account. But if you have money in the bank, you are not rich. You have money in the bank. But when you have a plot, you are rich. Money in the bank is not anything. It's never counted that you are rich. They will say he has money. He has $10,000 in the account. But when this man is wealthy, because you have converted the money into a property, and this property belongs to you, and it is loan free. It has no attachments. It has nothing that is connected to it. It is yours. You are enjoying the fruits of what God has given you. But now see, we have never built houses to live, and this man is very proud. Hello? This man is very proud, because there is a limitation that was put in the head, and for them they are okay. For them they have no problem. For them they don't care, because this is what it was said, and they are happy. They have obeyed the words of a great grandfather who is no longer living in this world. We have never had vineyards, fields, or crops. We have never had, but we are surviving, and we are there, and we are happy, because we obeyed what our great grandfather said. Is that normal? Sasa you are explaining to me how your grandfather told you never to own anything, and you are happy, and you are enjoying, and you are smiling to me, and you don't want to interrogate. Why did this grandfather say don't build, don't have a vineyard, don't plant, don't have in this? Anything, anywhere you hear there is a story that this was said. Never marry a Mukamba, or never marry a Mluya, never marry a Mukisi. And this you say, in our family we don't marry a Mukisi, we don't marry a Mukikuyu, we don't marry a Muturukana. No, there was a Muturukana. That one you have to understand. There was what? A Muturukana. That is why they said never again shall we marry a Muturukana, because this Muturukana misbehaved according to the structures of the family. That is why this thing happened. So when you hear the wine, they were told never to drink wine. It means they used to drink what? Now when you dig deeper to understand the word, why were they stopped from drinking the wine? Because they misbehaved. You know, there when we have vineyards and you do the harvest, you tengeneza the wine, then every wine is tested by the one who tengenezed it. So when they will make this wine, they will drink and drink and drink until brothers started sleeping with sisters. And this is where the grandfather was so angry, because this wine has taken them to sleeping to each other. So he just decided to put a caveat so that this tabia stops immediately. So what is the cause? The cause is wine. This is what has caused this muzee to issue instructions that don't do ABCD. Now, for those who have come here and niwavunjie madhabahu, this is now where you understand why I tell you that you need to get God first to give you what you're supposed to come and give. Not me to tell you what to give. Are you getting me? Not me to tell you what to give, because I don't know. Look here. These guys, when Jeremiah was sent by God, God knows it is wine that has caused this problem. And God will send a messenger to these people, go drink wine, so that the curse of the wine can be broken. That was the reason of Jeremiah being sent to the family. So that the curse that they were told never to drink, so that this curse can be cancelled if they drink under the watch of the man of God. Are you getting me now? Under the watch. So a curse can be broken under the watch of the man of God, sent by God. Because he will be sent with the reason you are suffering. And the reason this family was suffering is because they drank wine and misbehaved. Therefore, the grandfather commanded these people never to have vineyard. The reason he's telling them never to build, never to own a land, is because he is stopping them from having vineyard, because vineyard, or the grapes, were the source of income. So because he's putting a caveat for the source of income, he told them never to do this that will demand. If for you have to build a house, you'll have to have a vineyard so that you have money to be able to build. So because he has put the caveat never to drink and never to plant a vineyard, so even the house, he tells you never build a house. It is an excuse of, now you will not complain asking the grandfather, now what will we be doing when you want to plant? We want to build a house. So he catered and made sure the words that I've spoken today will be taken care of by me stopping the entire life. By me making sure the entire life has been shattered. So they were put into a cave. They were put into a cage. They were put into a prison. In a prison. And chained into the prison that they didn't know. It required a man of God under the instruction of God to go and set them free. Because it's only God who knows why these people are suffering. Because the man who said about it is long time dead. Is not existing. So nobody knows. The entire family kwenu hamujui ni kwa nini you have premature death. It is only God who knows why we have this premature death. That is why you need a man of God who will, God instruct you, go and ask God. And that's the reason Jesus, when he was asked that how can we be doing this, then Jesus told these men that go pray and you will be answered. Are you getting me? Pray and you will be answered. If the prayers are not answered, stop praying. That is what the Bible says. If the prayers are not answered by God, stop praying. Do what now? Seek. What do? You seek from God. Why are you not listening to me? Because every prayer is sent to God, and you expect God to listen to you. Now, if God has refused to listen to you, stop praying, stop telling him what you want. Now, stop and go to God. Ask him, why are you not listening to me? That's what we seek from God. That's what now when you come, you go to the mountains. You go to prayer mountains. You come to listen like what I'm teaching now. Now you are seeking. I'm trying to open up your mind. Now I can see brain, naona macho imefunguka mzuri, umeniangalia umekodolea macho vizuri, usikie what next, because you are seeking. So this is why God is not answering my prayers. So this is why I don't have breakthrough. So this is why I don't have this. So this is why this and this is not happening. Now you are seeking. Right now what we are doing, we are trying to seek to know what could be the problem we are facing. What could be the problem that you are not married? What could be the problem that your business, you start a business, the business goes down? What could be the problem that your children, yes, you have taken them all down to school. All of them, they are in school, good school. And they had passed with flying colors. And since they got out of school, they started smoking marijuana. They went into drugs. You educated, you spent all your fortune to educate them because they are bright guys. And these bright guys, if I spend with your money and every money I have, in the future they will come and we will build again our empire. But instead, they become a menace. Instead, they go to drugs. They go to what? To marijuana. They go to a life that you don't expect them. And they have master degrees. Until you just look at them and you feel like you can flash them. But they have master degrees. They are not helping you. And they just started drinking when your money iliisha. At the point pesa yako iliisha yote, ndio na wao walianza kuvuta. Because they walikuja tu to make sure your money goes. There are people who will come into your life. A wife will come, a woman will come to your life and come make sure that I could drain completely. A man will come to your life, I could drain completely, you come zero. Because there is a projection that was projected that you must go down. There is a limitation. And where do they come in? When you are at your peak. If you are supposed, you get money like 10 million, and the peak where the ceiling is at 10 million, that is where these people will come, at the ceiling of 10 million, so that they help you go down to where you belong. So you say, me, I was a millionaire. I used to have money. I used to have vehicles. I used to have properties. I used to have this. I have to have this, but I don't have anything. Why? Because there is something that was said against you, that you shall never go beyond 1 million. You shall never go beyond 10 million. You shall never go beyond this. That in you shall never build a stone house. You can build a mabati house, you can build a mbao house, you can build a gunia house, but when you touch on the stones, something happens. I told you sometimes, for those who are regular here, the house you saw, for those who came for the burial of my mother, the beautiful house you saw I built for my father and my mother, it took me 7 years to complete. It's a 3-bedroom house, but it took me 7 years to complete. The first time I went home, before that, my father and my mother knew that there is nothing I can be able, because I was least educated in our family. And they believed, they only say, I am a thug, I am a criminal, the mokora. And they associated me with the police stations, not with the success story. So one day I drove home with a car hire, of course a car hire. I went with a KEAG 359P, a Nissan Sunny. I drove home. At the gate, my father had not constructed a gate for the car. We only had a gate for animals and people, a small gate. You remember that small gate in the family? That is what my father had. So when I came, my father is a polygamous man. When I came, I didn't find my father at home. He was in the other family. So we sent somebody to go and call him and ask him, because I asked my mother, can I break this gate? We create a gate so that my car can get in. My mother told me, you ask your father. So my father was not there. We went to look for him. I asked my father whether I can do it, and then he came very fast with a panga. I thought he's happy to hear his son has come with a car. He came with a panga and asked me. Then he came. Before even saying hi to me, he moved around the car. Hii gari ni ya nani? Hapa kwangu hakutaingia gari ya wizi. Hapana. No. Akaita mamagu, Jerry, gari ya wizi wako ndiko ingira. He said, gari ya wizi haitaingia. He didn't ask me whether it's my car. He didn't ask me whether it's whatever car, how kama ni ya friend yangu ama I have borrowed a car. He said gari ya wizi, because he didn't associate me with owning a car. And also, he didn't associate himself that his compound, a car can come inside. So he said no. He blocked me. And he went to drink his changa. And they said, gari isigina kabia mamagu. Jerry, di kweda gari ya wishigoko. Tutihota gotengerio ni folite. Sita kubali kukimbizwa na polisi hapa. Mimi nilimwacha aende. Alipoenda nikavunja. Mama yangu akapiga nduru because anajua atakuja kukula silaha. Mimi nikavunja gate, nikavunja mbao hizo zote, nikaingiza gari, nikatengeneza gate. Alikuja saa 8 usiku. Karibu akatakata hiyo gari. The man literally called the chief to come and record this car. Should the police come, yeye aseme I had disowned the car. So my father became so bitter with me because I have disobeyed him. And then I told my father, don't worry, because yes, the car, it was a car hire, but also I had conned this money. I had sold a piece of land belonging to the government, not si mtu ni moja tulikoni mahali tukapiga tukauza tukatengeneza pesa. So in fact my father was right. But look here, my father is stopping me to enter into his compound with a car because he doesn't believe he has a son who can drive a car inside. Because the man is operating in a particular limitation. He is comfortable to have a gate for cows and a gate for human beings, not for cars. And most of us are like that. That we are comfortable with the 50 shillings that you earn per day. You are comfortable with the 100 bob that you have per day. You are comfortable with the kind of work you do, the hawking work. By the end of the day, the much money you can be able to get per day is 250. This 250, that is where your ticket is. That's in the 250, that is where your rent is. In 250, that is where school fees for your children. But you find this man is so comfortable, living comfortably. He doesn't want to get even more. If you tell him, let us move here to go Mombasa, with this Mombasa we can be earning 1,000 per day, he tells you, no, I am comfortable hapa. Because there is a ceiling. There is something that has been laid, has been put on top of you. When I destroyed the gate, my father, we stayed for about like 6 months, we never talked. But between that time, again I came with a proposal. I want to do a house for my father. Nilipata about, I got like 2.5 million. So I came with a drawing and I told my father, I want to do a nice house, a nice house. He looked at me from here. I had a nice shoe, a moccasin, ile inakaaga inaangalia juu. And I had a trouser jean suit. Ilikuwa inaitwa Savco. Remember the Savco? Yes, I had a Savco. And a cape, a god papa. You see the god papa that goes this way and goes this. Then they had put a feather of a chicken here. So when he looked at me, I saw him walk out of me. He walked literally looking at me, akaribu anguke, akiniangalia, because he was looking at this thief. That you want to bring money, you have stolen money from Nairobi, now you want to bring that money to me. You want to bring us a curse. You want to make us die. That was in the imagination, because he never believed he has a son who can change his life. He never believed that he has children that can make him move to another level. That is how, and this is conclusively, he knew that the life we are living is enough for us. The first time he found me, I was in Mukuru kwa Ruben. So in Mukuru kwa Bune is equivalent to home. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. And when he came and found me in Mukuru, he was happy. And he told me, you are living in a nice house. And that house we used to pay rent of 150 bob. And when you are cooking in your house, you see these guys what they are cooking. You look there. When you sleeping, you see what they are doing. And this man he married, you are not married. You hear the sangomas in the other side. And your father tells you, this is okay, this is okay. My son, you are blessed. And this is what we call the limitations of the family. Because your father will not see the kind of life you are living. Yourself, you don't see the kind of life you have. Nobody in your family will come and say, this is not your life. So God used me to liberate our family. I'm number 16. My brothers refused to speak to me. When I made that deed of that land, I had money, and I had a Savco, and I had a safari boot, and I had a moccasin, and I had a nice cape, and I had a bag which I went with it at home. All my brothers and my sisters said, I am Masonic. Do you remember those days when we were having that Acc No, the drink that was brown? That people saying they are Masonic. They said, they refused. They said no. They said no, we cannot allow this. They went for prayers. Fortunately, where my mother went for prayers, he went for another Mokolino, and the Mokolino said, God has remembered you. You know, my mother had gone to tell the Mokolino to pray for me nitoke na pesa yangu nisiwaletee laana kwa nyumba. Lakini when she ended, Mokolino akamwambia, God has remembered you. That son is the one that will change you in the family. Now the problem is here. She has been told by a servant of God, and they believe, no women, you believe in these prophets. And now the problem was to come and explain to my father that I was with a man of God or a woman of God who would say that this money is a good money. So the worry was, how will I tell this Muse? And this Muse is seated in the sitting room waiting my mother to come so that they will chase me out of the compound because they don't want the devil. Now this is what happened. I forced myself. There are things that you have to force yourself. There are things that you have to push. So I went to Nakuru and I bought sand. No, the sand, no, stones nilinunua Nakuru, but the nilinunua na kutoka hapa Ukambani. Nikachukua lori kubwa, mguu 10 ya mchanga, sand. We took it up home. Tukifika nyumbani that day ilimwagwa tu kwetu, simuliona nikaslope hivi. Sasa hapo kwa hiyo geti hapo chini kumeinama hivi, hapo ndio tulimwaga mchanga. Siku hiyo wacha kunyese. It rained heavy. All the sand went down kabisa kwa shamba huko chini, and the confirmation, these are demonic money. God has refused. God has refused, and it was like so. And my father was thanking God. No, umeona. Nilikwambia mtoto yako yule. Niki. He was so happy that the sand has been taken away. And now you could read the mood of my father. A happy man because a damage has been done to the sand. I never got, nikaitisha mchanga ikine na nikaitisha mawe ikine. Nilipomwaga mchanga, then tukajega mchanga, the mawe hivi, mchanga ikawekwa ndani so the water cannot take it away. So, and the mawe tukamwaga. Tulipomwaga, coming now from home, going back to Nairobi, I was driving the car. I was not a very good driver. At Nakuru pale panaitwa Soiro, nikagoka mtu. Na kutoka hapo nikashikwa. Dangerous driving. Na nikaenda jela. Just a normal matter that is supposed to be given a bond. The bond was refused. I stayed in Nakuru prison for 7 months. Because of trying to break a bondage that is in our family. Because of trying to fight that altar that speaks in our family. The altar of poverty. I went to prison. Now the money that I had, nikatumia the entire money kaisha. So I stopped building. Again I did another something, and I got some money. That money I got from Acc No. You remember Acc No? Acc No. And Acc No gave me 2 million. Then I rushed home because I really wanted to build. I don't have a home in Nairobi. I'm living in the Santis, but I really wanted to build a house for my father. I don't know what was pushing me. Then I went and told my father now, because when I went with the 2 lorries, the lorry for mchanga, the lorry for mawe, and the simiti. Then I went home with a food to build the house. When my father saw me again, he said, "You have come again with that demonic money. Who have you killed now? Who have you sacrificed?" I tried and convinced. My auntie was there who believes in me. My auntie was there. And my auntie convinced them, this man is getting clean money. And they said, okay, it's okay. Then I asked my father, where do you want me to do the house? He said, not in my land. Try get a land somewhere, you have money, buy a land, jenga nyumba yako, hatutaki msaada yako. It took another uncle, his brothers, 2 brothers came to convince my father to agree. And the house I'm doing is not my house, it's his house. Then we did. This was about now 4th year of struggle. The 5th year, that's when I started building. Because once he agreed for me to build the house, M-pesa zikaisha. I tried. I became so poor, until my house in Mukuru, 150 bob, was locked. Because I had not moved. I had money, but I never moved. In the same house of 200 bob. I see kutoka, but I had money. I want to build a house in Moro, but I'm still living in manyumba ya mabati. I'm not seeing it bad. Huko ndio na hang jini yangu, ndio na hang zangu, masafari budisiko huko, and I'm feeling comfortable again. But again, I'm trying to fight a poverty at home, not fighting a poverty where I'm living. And this is where you see many people ambao unakuta you have helped your family, umesaidia family yenu, alafu unaenda kuwa poor. So again, after some time, 2 years of struggle, nikapata tupesa twingine. Nikaenda kuanza kujenga. Sasa hapo walikuwa shaanza kurelax. The day I started the project ya kujenga kwa baba yangu na tukafanya the foundation, that is the day I bought my first land in Rongai. A door just opened for me. And I got a piece of land. Somebody who had a problem. Bibi yake alikuwa na mimba na alikuwa hospitali na hakuwa na pesa za aende akafanya operation. So this Masai came and gave me a title, akaniambia wewe nipatie ile pesa uko nayo. Pale naishi sasa. And that is how the money I had nikampatia. na mimi nikamweka na title na kaa na pesa, kwa sababu aliniabiria ni wapi venye aliniabiria, akaniambia venye utaenda atukienda upande, ukifika mahali utaona nyumba kubwa hivi, hiyo nyumba uende uteremuke mahali, utateremuka kwa mto tena upande hivi hapo. Nikamuuliza kuna barabara, akaniambia tujejenga barabara. Nikamwambia wewe chukua pesa na kaa na title yako, ukipata pesa utanirudishia, because sikutaka where now I'm living, sikutaka, because it was like something, the way he explained it to me, it was not a good place. So much later naishi Ngong, nimesahau kule kabisa. Now then I go to America. Nikapo in America, life turned upside down. Kipindi hicho Mungu alinibariki, ndio tuliingia kwa siasa sana, tukaingia kwa siasa, nikatengeneza, I made money, good money. Wakati tulienda kwa Moi tukaiba ile jogoo, we made good money. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Nikanunua mashamba kule Kamakis, tukanunua Juja farm. I bought a lot of many pieces of land. Immediately I started buying land, and then now I was now settling down. Tukakula green card, which was, I had never applied for the green card, but I got a green card. Tukaenda America. Kufika America, tukauza all the properties, and they had so much money to go and invest America. Unfortunately, their men don't talk. Men don't talk. Men don't talk. And then somebody had the plan to destroy me and to take the money away from me. And the money was taken away from me. And I was at the blink of being deported. I had to run away through Vancouver. Nikaigiria ndege nikakuja Kenya. I lost everything. Coming back, I had sold Ngong house. I had sold all my properties because we were going to invest there. I came without anything. Zero again. Why? Because I attempted to break a ceiling which we, the family, are not allowed. I came. That is the time I had a depression of 5 years. The time I normally tell you, nilikuwa nakunia kwa suruali. Nilikuwa najikojea kama sasa ukiona sasa inianza kukojoa, alafu unaona kitu kinatembea ni kama panya, unaona kitu imeenda mianguka. That's the time I had the real depression. I just started drinking so that I may die. But God had a purpose again with me, had a reason for me, because he didn't allow me to die. I tried every way to die. All what I feared to die ni kujihang. Hiyo nilikuwa na fear and kukunywa dawa, because I had written I was inaitangwa hii ya kusoma mazishi, the eulogy nilikuwa nimeframe kwa kichwa yangu venye itasomwa. So I didn't want it somewhere yekuo gokua ati motiga ile kwa itare it. I needed them to write a story that Doari, yani when he started Doari, sasa they explain ati motiga ile ni ajili hapo the nione mwele alianza kusumbua na mwele. So I was trying to avoid that they would write that I hanged myself or I committed suicide. So I was planning a good death. A death that I'll be taken to hospital, I'll become sick, and then from there, I'll die. Then they will write how I died, the kind of a disease that killed me. That one was a bit decent. That is what stopped me from dying. Otherwise, I had the ropes, I had the dawa marathion to drink, but I wanted a decent death, which refused to come. Completely refused to come, because God had a purpose. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. God had a purpose with me. And this purpose is what the devil fights. The devil does not fight you. He's not interested with you. He's interested with the purpose that you have. That God has a purpose for you for tomorrow, for the day after tomorrow, for next year, for 10 years to come. He has a purpose, and it is this purpose that he fights. So the purpose, he looks at the purpose and he sees that you are going to become a millionaire because you are a kingdom financier. So he will fight that line of money. You are going to become, through your husband, you are going to achieve this. So he will fight you through the line of the husband. Through health, you are going to achieve ABCD. So he fight you through the line of health, so that you find there is a problem in a family that is common in your family, because your family is created for a particular reason. So the problem that comes in your family, it's a problem that will engage the family never to get into their purpose. That is why you find a family that has sugar, a family that has pressure, a family that has cancer, a family that has this, a family that has this, and a family that all the children, they were taken to school well, but they are all drunkard people. From the youngest to the oldest, they are drunkard. Nobody can help, and they have degrees. You find you have degrees, 7 degrees in the house. None of it is helping you. None of it is making you to move. Because there is a kind of an engagement to make this family never to work. But now there are triggers of these things when they happen to you. You see, now in our home there was a trigger, because in our home my grandfather was a Mau Mau. Are you getting me? My grandfather was a Mau Mau. My mother was a Mau Mau. My father was a Mau Mau. I was Mungiki. Are you getting me? All this is interrelated. And now because of the battle, because of the blood that they shed in the bush, this blood spoke against the entire lineage of our family. This blood they shed out of the Mau Mau warfare spoke to our lineage. And now our lineage had a limitation. If you look, the life of the brother to my father or the brothers to my father, it is the same, under a limitation. Because there is something that is holding us not to go. Again, my father, my grandfather, all these people, they had an oath in the bush for the Mau Mau. This oath, they are words that were spoken, spiritual words that were spoken. When you are taking a Kikuyu oath, a Mau Mau oath, they used to take it when they are naked. And you will swear 21 times. And this 21 time they say they were swearing against the European. They were swearing against Amuzungu, the British, because they were fighting the British. So whatever the words they were speaking about is against the Musugu, that I will never be associated with the Musugu. I will never do anything with the Musugu. I will never do this with the Musugu. I will never do this. And after independence, what happened? We were all taken to Musugu churches, and we were all taken to Musugu schools against the oath. Dikana nyitana sita shirikiana na kitu chochote cha mzungu. So after the independence, Kenyatta authorized everybody, take your children to school. And then our mothers went to church. So the churches belonged to who? To Muzungu. The schools belonged to who? To Muzungu. Then there was another oath, that you shall never coordinate or work or cooperate or be where the home guard. The home guards are the collaborators who assisted the Musugu, that we shall never be with them. Now we found ourselves, one of my brother marries a child of a home guard. Against the oath of the oath that was given to my father, the oath that was given to my grandfather, the oath that was against all of us. Because when they were given the oath, we were listening. So we took the oath as they took the oath. So you see, there is a blanket that was placed over our heads that is limiting us. And now tumiondoka kwenye plan, tumiondoka, tumeoa watoto wa home guards, tumerudi tumeenda mashule za wazungu, and this oath is speaking against that. So this oath, because it is existing, has never been cancelled. It will limit you from doing anything. And even if you get to that education, it will not help you. Me, I've never eaten a fruit of my education. I've never. Apart from the English I speak. The rest, I have 3 degrees. I have never enjoyed one. Sija enjoy. Because it is against the oath that was given to my mom. So when I try to seek an employment, it stops me. Tells me, no. Your mother said, hautakula kitu ya mzungu. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So the triggers that is causing you to suffer, there is a trigger. Maybe you, when you are young, you are in school, you were impregnated and then decided to do an abortion because you want to continue with school. That abortion will cause a limitation in you. Because when you bring out that baby, you kill that baby spiritually. The body dies, but the spirit lives. It is the bodies that go, but the spirit lives. So this baby will grow as you grow. If it was the first baby that you removed, that baby is still here in the spirit. And this is the baby that causes your children now, the one that you loved to bring on earth. Now, this is a baby that causes them to drink. This is a baby that causes them to stagnate. This is a baby that causes them to suffer. This is a baby that comes as a spiritual husband, as a spiritual wife, and it torments them because they are asking question. Why were you allowed to come? Me, I was denied. If you have done 10 abortions, we have 10 people existing in the spirit that are tormenting you. So this causes you to stagnate, because one thing, it is a blood that you shed, and when you shed a blood, you raise an altar. Now this altar has been growing with you. Every time and where you've gone, this altar has been growing with you. So when you count, you have 5 children and you have done 5 abortions, say, I have 10. 5 physical and 5 spiritual. So the children you brought up nicely, they will not enjoy life. They will grow, when you hear amepata accident amekufa, they grow huyu amekunywa dawa, they will grow na kuwa alipigwa risasi hata hamkujua mmemtafuta, aliokotwa ameshakuliwa na umbwa. Because of these children, and because of the altar that you raised out of the abortion. Because any blood, any human blood shed that is related to sex is an altar. That is why women with menstrual periods are normally not allowed to the altars. Because whatever the blood that is coming, you imagine having a blood coming out every end of the month. Na hakuna mahali umekatwa. That is a blood. That's a human blood. That's a seed. And this seed has died. That's why it has come out. So this seed has some sort of abominations. They stop you from getting to some places. But are we getting something? Yeah? Are you understanding anything? Are you seeing where you went wrong? Are you seeing what is really affecting you? It is because there are small silly mistakes that you did in life. You are thinking that you want to abort because you want to go back to school. You are not yet done with school, but you have caused a problem in your life. You have caused, and this will go. This, when you do an abortion, it is not a generational curse. It is a spiritual curse. There is 2 differences between a spiritual curse and a generational curse. A generational curse goes for 5 years. A spiritual curse goes for 10 years. 10, not 5, 10 generations. Generational curse goes for 5 generations, and spiritual curse goes for 10 generations. When you do against the spirit, and that's why the Bible says, do not what? Grieve the spirit. You rather grieve Jesus and the Father, but not the spirit. Because when you grieve the spirit, you affect your spiritual being. And when you affect the spiritual being that is new, it causes you to stagnate for 10 years. And this is what a person called Judah said to his Jacob, blessed Judah, that in your shoulders you bring kings. But if you look at the lineage, you find he gave birth to 2 sons, and the one son married Tamar. The first son died, and then Tamar was given to who? To the second-born son. And second-born son said, I cannot give birth to for birth children for my brother, because he was told, give birth children for your brother. So he asked him, mimi nizae watoto waitu wa brother yangu. Because all what they were looking for is that this first brother, the first child atazaa, ndiye atakuwa mfalme kulingana na unabii wa Jakobo. So they were looking for kutafuta mfalme. But out of kutafuta mfalme, that is the time they made a mistake. Now the second son akaambiwa, rara na mwanamke huyu uzalie brother yako mtoto. Then what happened? Akamwaga mbegu zake chini. Hiyo ndio tunaitanga masturbation. Masturbation leads you to death. Iwe ni ya mwanamke ama ni ya mwanaume. Kama ushatumia kidole, you have done masturbation. Masturbation ni hiyo kufanya act without doing it in the right way. Satisfying yourself with a finger, or satisfying yourself mpaka kalamu imeanguka. So this guy did a masturbation, and because of that, God killed him. And when you do masturbation, you die. What happens to you? Your spiritual being dies. You will never become, you will never be accepted by the world, because mbegu zako zimemwagika mahali. Na ndio naonanga watu wengi wale wanatumia condom with this prostitute. The prostitute wanakuulizanga, wacha niende nikakutupia. Hawatupangi, wanapelekanga kwa muganga, because hii mbegu inatumika kufanya rituals. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So because of that mistake of the two sons, then Tamar was told to wait for the third son. She was a young boy. So this young boy akuje alale na nani? Alale na Tamar ndio wazae mfalme. But now what happened? The wife, the spirit, the conspiracy of the spirit in the family, ika conspire. The spirit that killed the first son and killed the second son, iliondoka hapo, ikaenda kwa bibi wa nani? Wa Juda. Ikaua bibi ya Juda. And now we have bibi ya Juda akakufa. Alipokufa, sasa the same spirit ikarudi kwa Tamar, ikajifanya prostitute. Then Tamar nalafu ikaingia kwa mzee, akaanza kusikia anataka mtu. You see how the conspiracy of the spirit, how they operate. Sasa mzee akaanza kusikia anataka nini? Anataka mtu. The same spirit ikarudi kwa Tamar, ikabia Tamar, jifunike vizuri kama muolia. Wende ukae at the junction of the road, ukae kama prostitute. I am going to cause Judah to come. Then Judah, as he was going, akasikia nataka, mwili yake inataka. Akaona kamsichana kama maraya. Akakabia kasichana, oh yes, ukubali tu, mimi nimesikia bibi yangu alikufa juzi, sasa sijapata hii, nahitaji hii, utahesaje? Unaweza kunisaidia? Naye mwanamke akamuuliza, nini utanilipa? Akamwambia ndio nitakulipa. Akamwambia utanilipa na nini? Akamwambia nitakulipa na busi. Akamwambia lete. Akasema haiko hapa, ikubali, lakini sasa wewe acha tuende tufanye, alafu nikibirie nilete. Akamwambia sasa utaniachia nini? Utaniachia nini ndio unijue utalete? Mzee mama akapropose, si mzee alipropose, kama kakaproposia Juda, kakamwambia Juda, leta hiyo ring yako. Akamtolea ring. Alafu akamuitisha, leta hiyo mkwajo yako. Akampatia mkwajo. Mkwajo is a staff. A staff is used by men as what? A symbol of authority. And a ring is a covenant. Sasa kamama kalikuwa kana target the authority of that family, the authority that was given to Judah by Jacob. That is what she was targeting. Hiyo ndio reason hako kamama kaliolewa kwa hiyo boma, to make sure kame stagnate na kame haribu, because in the lineage of Judah, that is why we have Jesus. So the kamama kalikuja hapo kwa familia, not because of Judah, but to make sure Jesus does not come. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. The purpose of this woman was to make sure Jesus is not existing anywhere. So immediately the kamama kalilala na nani? Na Judah. Na kalipolala na Judah, immediately, imagine that one, ako kamoja tu kalilete bego mapacha. Ako kamoja tu. What a coincidence. What is the timing? So the spirit, they know how to arrange things. And the seed already had been organized. Na ikabiwa sasa, kesho kamuseka katakuwa na joto, na wewe utakuwa na joto, na mutaenda kwa Tumaigoya, na kamoja tu, na maneno ilikuwa hivyo. And that is what happened, because even the Muse did not, alipoambiwa leta ring, na akasahau, akatuma yule jamaa rafiki yake anaitwa Abdullah, his friend who was an Abdullaham, akamtuma akamwambia, chukua hii busi, peleka kwa ile kakijiji hapo kwa makutano, kuna kamumaraya kako hapo, ukapatia hii busi, kakupatia vitu zangu. Alipofika huko akaambiwa na watu, hapa kutili kuoneka, hakujawahi kuonekana maraya. You see the arrangement? That's called the spiritual arrangement, to make sure that what is, because this was all working to make sure Jesus does not come. So the spirit that had been given the responsibility to make sure the line of Judah does not produce which God had planned. So it is about the destiny of producing something that God had planned. God had planned that we are going to have Jesus, but they knew very well we will stop this place, this thing. Now when immediately this Muse slept with this, now the pregnancy of this woman, the tumbo ikaanza kurusha guo ije. Na kasa mama kalirudi nyumbani. Muse alirudi nyumbani. Wakati walikosa kamumaraya, wao walirudi nyumbani, wakarudisha nyumbani busi. Wakakaa, maana yeye amejienjoy, amesikia mzuri, sasa hakuna mtu anamdai, only that he forgot. Kuna ring imeenda na kuna mkwaju imeenda. Sasa kama mama kumbe kaligia the same house ya huyu Muse, kakaficha nini? Kakaficha ring na mkwaju, kakaficha the same house where she is operating from, because it's a spirit ambayo imeweka tent, imeweka camp. This is where we are operating from. They are spirit that are operating in your family. Waliweka camp huko kwenu. They are operating from there. Whatever you do, they are there to deal with you. Wherever you go, they are there. They are not moving. They are waiting. Where enda? Utarudi, utatukuta. That's you unaona unaenda America, unarudi unakutana na kina utiato, speed za kina utiato zinakugoja kwa umekuja. How was America? Yes, sasa tulia, sasa tukufundishe mambo ya hapa. Unaanza kungangana na maneno hauyaelewi. Wakati tumbo ilikuwa kubwa, ndio Muse chairman wa nyumba 10 Juda. Chairman wa nyumba 10 Juda. Akaita kamama, akatuma wa mama wengine, hebu enda angalia Benjamin, naona ni kama there's something here. Akatuma wa mama wakakuja wakamwambia, Neguo, it is true, the woman is pregnant. Sasa imagine wa mama wa Kikuyu wa Nyeri na kuambia it is true, the mama is very pregnant. Ako na mimba. Sasa wakaambia ndende muulize mimba ni ya nani? Wakamwambia wewe Jackie, sasa hii mimba ni ya nani? Kwani ulitoa wapi mimba? Ulitembelewa na majini? Mzee alipopelekewa akasema siwapi. Kama mama kafanya nini? Kaka mzee akaenda akasema mama aitwe. Akaitisha kikao cha wazee, because it was abomination yeye kuzaa, because kuna kakijana kalikuwa kakuja walale nako, ndio begu ile ilitabiriwa na Jacobo ifanye kazi. You see now, it is a fight between a seed. There is this force that want to kill this seed, and there is a prophetic word about this seed, and they want to destroy it. This is why we are suffering. This is why you are facing the difficulties of life. This is why all your doors zimefungwa, because there is a force this way that is stopping the seed, and there is a force this way that is prophesying for the seed, that is interceding for the seed. So when walipelekwa kwa mkutano, ilifanyika nini? Mzee aliuliza, "We mama, naona huko na tunatarajia mtu." Akamwambia ni kama sasa in the mind of Judah, this woman must be killed, because this is wrong. This is wrong. This cannot happen. Under my watch, in my territory, in my nyumba 10, hii kitu ifanyike? Hapana. The man was prepared to kill this woman. Sasa woman wakati aliulizwa akasema, wazee mnaweza kuniruhusu dakika 2 tu niende hapa nikojoe nikuje, nikiwaletea kitu kingine, nikiwaambia the truth. Wakasema, haraka vijana, chuga hiyo mama asitoroke. Na ni Juda ndiye anasema chuga nini? I wish he knew. Angewachilia mama atoroke, aibu isikuje. Kumbe kama mama kaliingia kwa nyumba, kakatoa mkwajo na kakatoa pete. Kalipokuja kakasifungua sote, kakaekelea hapo. Kakaambia wasee, sikilizeni, mwenye hii pete, mwenye hii mkwajo. Juda alinama akasema, niwe hia wakwa, niwe hia wakwa. Ya kwa mwenenema akasurrender. He was humiliated. The spirit that causes the problem in your life is there to humiliate you. He was humiliated before the wazee, na akajulikana ni kama mzee, kama umaraya, kama mzee bure kabisa, kanalala na bibi ya watoto kama maraya, shaitani. Kila mtu akatoka hapo akisema toa. Ndio nilikuwa nimeona Juda ni kama hako na akili, analala na mtoto wa watoto wake. Yani you can sleep with your daughter. That is how they went speaking. This man can sleep with a daughter. And the way we respected you. Now, I'm quite humiliated. And why is he being humiliated? Because of the seed. Of the seed that this man is carrying. Judah was carrying a seed. And it is the seed that was being fought. It was not Judah. It is the seed that was being fought. Unfortunately, God has a plan. You see, when you have the son of Rechab, they were told to drink wine. They ignored. But still, God had a plan that this man and this woman slept together. And inside, a pregnancy was formed. And that is where a baby boy and a baby girl were born. Zerah and who? Perez and Zerah. And that is where we start the genealogy of Jesus Christ. Now I want to see, this, all that happened was a spiritual mistake. Was a spiritual altar that was raised. So, let us see what the spiritual mistake, what it gives birth to. Give us Matthew chapter number 1, please. Matthew chapter number 1. Nilikuwa nimetengeneza kitu kingine yake, nimefundisha vitu sikuwa nimetengeneza. This God of mine. This is a record of the family in the line of Jesus Christ. He is the son of David. He is also the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Judah and his brothers. Then Judah is the father of who? Now I want us to count from there. Ndio ujue how many generations it took for the word of Jacob to be fulfilled. From now Perez. Sasa nikisema munaniambia 1. Judah was the father of Perez. Twende ya chini. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Aminadab. Aminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obedi. And Obedi was the father of Jesse. And Jesse was the father of how many? 10 generations to produce a king. It took 10 generations, and then a generation then was 150 years. So how many years? 1,500 to produce a prophetic message that was prophesied about your life. So when the devil is targeting on a seed, he targets the line. He moves the line to make sure that this family will never produce, to make sure that these people will never become, to make sure that you as a family, you will never, after when the America, the lineage will follow you. When the Asia, the lineage will follow you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, the lineage will follow you. And this is a lineage that will bring you down, because it will cause you to do that which is not supposed to be done. And that causes you to get into abominations and get into things that haunt you. Give us the book of Ezekiel chapter number 16. Ezekiel chapter number 16. Verse 1. A message came to me from the Lord and said, Son of man, tell the people of Jerusalem the evil things that they have done. I hate those things. In other versions, I say, tell Jerusalem, cause Jerusalem to know their abominations. Son of man, tell people of Jerusalem the evil things that they have done. So, this is a genealogy challenge. This is a genealogy problem. Tell Jerusalem why they are suffering, why I hate them, why they are facing the challenges they are facing. Tell the family of Otiato, tell the family of Cheroge why they are doing this. Then go to verse 3, please. Quickly, let us move faster, kidogo. Verse 3. Amepotea. Verse 3, tell them, tell who? Jerusalem. The Lord and the king speaks to Jerusalem, says, your history in the land of Canaan. Your history in the land of Canaan. Your history. He is now addressing the history. So your history can cause a problem in your life. Your history in the land of Canaan goes back long way. It is not a yesterday. The problem you are facing, it is not a yesterday problem. It's a long time problem. Goes a long way. Your father was an Amorite. You see now, your land, Jerusalem is built in a land of Canaan. Hello? Are we together? Your land is built, Jerusalem is built on the land of Canaan. Who was Canaan? Is the son of who? Ham. Ham, what happened to Ham? He saw the nakedness of his father. So the nakedness, the curse did not get into Ham. It was transferred to Canaan. So Jerusalem is built in a land associated with the curse. So whatever that was spoken against Canaan, it is in Jerusalem. It has been carried to Jerusalem. So the land that you sit on, the land that you found your father on, the land that you are in, the country you are in, the place you are in, also has an impact against your life. So your father was an Amorite. Why do they bring that thing? Your father was an Amorite. So what? So you need to understand the history. Who are the Amorites? Who are the Amorites? The Amorites, they were people that were against the word of God. They were people that were fighting against the people of God. So your father is one people that hates God. He is from the lineage that does not like God. Then number two, you are what? Your mother was a Hittite. Who are the Hittites? Hittites were witches and devil worshippers. So your father is from a lineage that hates God. And at the same time, your mother comes to the lineage of witches. Your land that you are seated on is associated with curse. And now your mother is a witch, your father is a hater of God. Who are you now? Wewe. You are a concoction. You are a concoction, a production of three things. And now go down. Verse 4 quickly. On the day you were born, your umbilical cord was not cut. So you are not disconnected from your father. You are not disconnected from your land. You are not disconnected from your mother. So you are still intact with the family challenges, the family problems. Nor were you, and you were not washed with water to clean up you. You are still uko na uchafu ya kifamilia. Bado unanuka. Mama yako mchawi, bado uko na hiyo uchawi. Nobody pitied you with a sympathetic eye. That they will tell you, kuja nikuoshe, nikutoe damu, ile mbikufuata. Are you getting me now? Are you understanding what we are trying to drive at? That there is a lineage, there is a process that is haunting you. Not unless you are able to know, or somebody is able to tell you that this is the problem, you can never be delivered. Because you can never deliver what you don't know. Not unless God sends Jeremiah, like when he sent Jeremiah to the family of the Rechabites. Not unless God sends somebody to come and help you. Not unless God sends a Waruinge like me to come and teach you this. So now I think akili yako imeanza kufunguka. You can now locate, you can now connect, this happened here and this happened. Now you can connect it and see the genealogy of the problem you are having. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Are you happy tonight? Sasa leteni school fees. I told you this is a class. Leteni school fees, leteni pesa for your teacher. Was it educative? Really? Thank you. Bring money. That is how you learn. Don't move from one church to another church seeking for miracles. Sit down and be taught the word of God, because it is the word of God that will set you free. It is not I cannot be able to deliver you if I don't understand your problem. Because I need to identify the problem and speak to it. That is why God sent Jeremiah to go and speak to that family, the family itself. Because the entire problem was connected with the family. So the challenge you are facing in life is connected to you from the lineage of where you've come from. So your lineage is the most important thing for you if you understand where you have come from. You see, the land of Canaan has a long history, not yesterday's history, long time history. That is why when we buy a piece of land, go and cleanse it first, because you don't know who was the owner of that land. Maybe it was a Muganga. Now you go and sit there, you automatically become a Muganga because it is an altar. Where a Muganga was operating, it is an altar. And it is work, it is living. And then you go, you build a church. This church will operate with the powers of the Muganga altar, because you are sitting on a Muganga altar. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So before you come at Niobe, Apostle Niobe, Apostle Aliakigo Kemo, no, let us seek to know. What is this? What am I saying? Ati so nena neno moja tu na Mungu atakusikia. Yes, ananisikiaga, lakini neno gani? Lazima nijue Otiatu alifanya nini, alitoka wapi, alikuwa nini, alikuwa mchawi, alikuwa muganga, alikuwa amefuga nyoka, alikuwa amefuga chura, alikuwa amefuga hii, alikuwa hivi, walifanya hivi, kuna mtu alikufa hivi mysteriously, kuna kitu to understand. Then we can be able to address, because you address the root. You don't address the branches, you address the root. Then you kill the root. Thank you. Simulete mali, lete nipani mali hapa. Kujeni hapa mnilete niwabariki. Mwende nyumbani. Kazi iko namna gani mami? Iko sawa? Uniletee matunda. Nikule nisikie vizuri. Na ulete mchana kila mtu akiwa. Usilete usiku. Yes, thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. May He reveal Himself to you. What kind of challenges that are facing you. Hi. Yes. Huyu Mungu akupatie funuo za kuelewa ni nini hiki kinakusumbuaga. Challenge ambayo umeipitia ni challenge aina gani? Akupatie funuo za kuelewa ni kwa nini umekwama, ni kwa nini umeface challenges, ni kwa nini maisha yamekuwa magumu. Akupatie funuo za kuelewa ni kwa nini maisha yako imekosa kuendelea, ni kwa nini umejikuta kwenye mitego ya shetani na mipango, ni kwa nini watoto wako hawafaulu, ni kwa nini nyumba yako haifaulu, ni kwa nini mume wako anateseka. How are you, sir? Endolete. May God make you know the challenge. Mungu akusaidia, kubariki. Mungu akubariki. Yes. May God help you to know why the challenges you are facing, why the difficulties you are facing. Mungu akupatie ufunuo, akupatie mamlaka ya kuelewa. Tuanisha. May God help you to understand your destiny. May God help you feel. Tuanisha. Ngoja kidogo hapa nimeshikwa mkono mwingine. Ni nini? Ya nini? From who? From who? Okay, so you don't know it's from who? So you are sure I'm going to get it? Okay, go ahead. You are from Teto? Waruinge. Karatina. Yes.
Shown lot of things that are happening in our country, and I was convinced to come to this particular place.
No, when you sleep, you see things happening in the country. Mm-hmm.
I saw something happening like the one that happened in Burkina Faso to do with the Traore.
Traore.
Yeah.
Yes.
And here I have 2 bottles of water.
Yes.
One is from a river called
Dote.
Gura.
Gura.
And the other one is
It's from Gekira.
Karatina.
Gekira.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other one is from a place called Lagati.
Lagati.
Not Lagati, but this river at Karatina, you know it. The one that passes through Karatina.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one is from Mount Kenya, and the other one all the way from Abadeas.
Yes.
I was convinced to come all the way to this place.
This place.
And I arrived here at 3 today. Yeah.
3 p.m.
Here, Gioni.
Here, Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is when I arrived. And I felt that lot of conviction. I'm not understanding myself, and I know I'm not lunatic. I'm not mad.
You are normal.
Yeah, I'm normal.
Do you smoke weed?
No. I'm born again.
Are you ever?
I am.
Umewahi kuvuta?
Hapana.
Yeah. Sasa nataka
Mimi mwenyewe.
for the clarity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mimi mwenyewe
Yeah.
ni mshirika wa kanisa la KCA.
Thank you.
I'm
walitutesa.
also a high school teacher. So
Wewe ni mwalimu.
yeah.
Thank you.
So what happened is that I got a conviction. I am not an expert in this area, so that is why it requires somebody who might understand it in a better way to bring these 2 bottles of water to do some kind of cleansing. I don't know. Here at Nairobi, I'm seeing that there are a lot of things that are going to happen very soon, around 25th of this month. So myself, I'm feeling that I'm a little bit relieved to bring this here.
So what do you want me to do with the water?
I
According to the instruction you have.
Yeah, I'm requesting that you sanctify the place
With the water.
with the water.
What is the significant, according to the information you have from the source?
I'm feeling that
Is it your feeling or is it something spoken to you?
it has not been spoken, but a big conviction driving me to do this.
Okay.
I
So
don't know
you
how
just
you
sat in the
understand it.
house and you went to Dote and you fetched
Not
water,
Dote.
Gekira, you fetched the water.
I fetched the water,
Uh,
and I also fetched the water from the other river at Karatina.
Ragati.
Yeah. So I have brought the 2.
The 2 waters.
Yeah. This
Okay.
the white one is from
Gekira.
Ragati.
Ragati.
The
And
other
that's from
one,
Gekira.
yeah. No, this one is from Lagati, and the other one is from Gura.
Gura.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Gura. Where is the one for Gekira?
This one.
The Gura. Yeah, yes,
Yo.
I connected.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, me, I'm not an expert in that field.
Now tell me about Traore.
I got a dream that something is going to happen in our country, a kind of a revolution of a kind. I saw some big vehicles moving around where there was a kind of a pictorial of Traore in our country, and there was also the blasting of the bombs. So that one really scared me at night. I also called my wife, who is also a high school teacher, and we prayed at night, because I found myself even crying at night, really being disturbed by what was happening. And I got that. I have never done something of this sort, but I found as a communication to bring this. I have not mixed the water. I felt that you can mix the water and
At what time did you fetch the water? Night or in the day?
Today.
You fetched the water
In the course of the day.
in the course of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the course of the day. Yeah.
Then you decided to come here. How did you know here?
I came to know because there's a time I used to listen to you over the YouTube.
No.
Yeah, but today when I came, I did not know the place. I asked some people around here, and coincidentally, when I arrived here, it was allowed degree. Yeah.
So the people, you asked them where the church?
I asked them where is the Ndura Waruinge's church. Yeah.
And they told you?
Yeah.
So
one of them showed me the place. Told me just go around the East Coach place around there. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I will pray over it, but I think I have the message about it because 3-4 days ago, I wanted to travel to Nyeri to go and fetch the same water. And God had sent me to Gekira. That's why I'm asking. I'm telling Gekira. Is it Gekira?
Gekira.
Because I was instructed to go to Gekira and fetch, and I ignored. I refused because I didn't understand what it is for. And then I was told about Gura. Is it for Gura?
This is from Gura.
Gura, and this one for?
And this one is from Ragati.
Ragati, yeah.
The one that comes from Mount Kenya.
Mount Kenya, and this one from Abadea.
This from Abandeas.
There is story between Gekira. Why is it called Gekira? Gekira means where most Mau Mau were killed, where they were silenced. The spirit of Mau Mau was silenced in this river. Inaitwa Gekira. That is why inaitwa Gekira. It was used to silence. Most witches and most pastors, they use it for rituals. And this Gura, this Ragati, these two rivers are in the Bible. When you talk of the rivers that cut across the Garden of Eden. I have normally been telling you about the Garden of Eden and also the Exodus. This woman knows about the Exodus, where Kadesh Baradea, yeah, Kadesh Baradea, Marinea, where we have Kakuma, and the Dadaab refugee camps. That is Kadesh Baradea. That is where it is. And that's why that has refused to go as a center for refugees, a center for slavery. Because that is where the children of Israel really suffered. And this is not from, is from in Kakuma, that's from Lodwa going to Baka Juba, Baka Karibu Khartoum. That is the way places they were moving round. And you know, because a portal of slavery was opened there, that is we have a refugee camp. And you go to there in that refugee camp, we have people from Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, Somalia, Mali, DRC, Mozambique, Tanzania, all the countries of Africa. We have a refugee represented there. Sometimes Kenya tried to stop it. They were unable to stop it. UN has been trying to stop it. They have been unable to stop it because it is a portal of slavery that was opened. So this river is very paramount. Gekira is very paramount to the revolution. And this is now the element of water. I've been teaching you about the elements that are used. The element of the sun, the element of the moon, the element of the water, the element of the fire. And which one again? And the element of the stars. These are well used in the Bible and was used to give guidelines of the life. So this water from Mount Kenya, remember when there's a time I went to Mount Kenya, the same river, but from Mount Kenya, where you saw me cutting the water when they were chasing Big G. And I said, the one given will not make it. That's the time when Kidiki was sworn in. How many times was he slapped by the flag? He was slapped 60 times by the flag. And that was the end of him. So for me, you leave the water here. I have to pray and understand what next, because I was called by somebody I don't know. And she asked me, God is telling her, I go to Gekira, and if I don't know where it is, they will take me. Fortunately, I had gone to Gekira some 6 months ago, and the other day I had gone there from the side of Mount Kenya and from the side of Abadia ranges. So I have the connection of it, but I'll have to wait for the next instruction, because today as we were praying, I was led to pray for 25. Did you hear it? I was led to pray for the 25th. And again, we have a crusade there. And there is something that is happening and will happen. And this is why the reason we have been having the prayers. Those days we've been having the night prayers here. It is because of this. Now you can connect? Yes. So for me, you leave it to me. Thank you, my brother. God has. Umefikisha muzigo.
I feel there's something that I have not mentioned.
You mentioned it.
What I felt is that you would go around the city up to State House, sprinkling the water. I think by having mentioned that, I'm done.
Yes. You are finished. So, this is 3,000. That is the 3 peaks of Mount Kenya. Go with the peace. Thank you. That is how God operates. Now from here, God will use you to speak about it. You're getting me? Now as we are getting now deeper, God will use you. Right away, God will use some people here and they will speak about it. Now we will be given the direction. We are not going to use his direction. We are going to use the direction. Amefikisha. That's the mysteries of the kingdom. You take this, unafikisha hapa, ikifika, unapatiwa. Na huyu anachukua, anafikisha hapa, unawacha. Huyu mwingine afikisha, wacha ujuaji ya kutaka kufuta wewe ndio utatoa mfikishe hapa. Hautafikisha, because it is a secret of God on how to do it. When I went to UK, mimi sikuwa najua mahali ninaenda. I went to UK, nikafika UK, nikapata wale watu wote tulikuwa tumepanga na wao. None of them came for me. They were delayed because nilienda na ndege ya Brussels, ikachelewa. Ikaenda mbele, ikafika mbele. Ilipofika mbele, kuna mtu anaitwa Papa wa London, Kizende. Yeye tulikuwa tumeongea na yeye. Yeye ndio niliweza kupata kwa simu, nikamwambia nimefika, lakini nimefika 2 hours early. Akaniambia hata niko hapa airport, sijui ni nini ilinileta airport. Mimi nimejikuta nikiwa kwa airport. Nikamuuliza iko wapi? Akaniambia niko nikamwambia niko Queen's Terminal. Queen's Terminal nilikuwa nimesimama, kumbe ndio huyu tunaongea na yeye. And from there he took care of me. The people I had planned to be with, wote wakapotea. Na simu yangu ikapotea. Ile tulikuwa tuna communicate nao, ile yangu ya Samsung ikapotea. Ilipotea tu hapo, na ikapotea. So God didn't want me to get the how again. So he's the one now started, akaanza kunipeleka hapa, kanipeleka hapa, akanishikanisha na watu wengine, mpaka nikaenda all the places. Nikaenda Stonehenge, nikaenda kwa Freemason, nikaenda Palace, nikaenda Birmingham Palace, kule kote mliona nilikuwa naenda. It is not the people I had planned with. It is another. So when God decides to map you, you don't operate with your map. You operate with his map. So God will call you, nedeni muombe. Mukaomba, tumekuwa tukiomba this second week, na Mungu ameniambia tunaendelea hii wiki nyingine. Jaribu hito. Gwene nani uruka? Sasa mimi nifanya nini? God has said tuendelee. Si umeona ametupatia kazi. Ni sisi tumechota maji. Mzee amechanganywa akili mpaka amejikuta hapa. Roda, ndio naonanga na kuambia hii kazi si ya kifua. Hapana. Siku ya asubuhi simeona Mungu venye ameturibuku hapa. Na tukarepent. What has happened? Ametuma mtu yake. Tukikaa vizuri anaanza kuoperate na sisi. Tukikaa vibaya anatuondokea. That is the mistake Pastor, masho ni mama hiti amalewe kile gukaguko. Todo huko tukwa experience. Tikwa plani. Hapa si kwa kuchora ati plani kanisa inapagagwa hivi. Hapana, utapaga ni tena tupaguliwe. Sote tunapaguliwa, tunapagwa vingine. Sasa utafanya nini? Mimi wakati nilienda Moscow nilikuwa na mimi nilikuwa nafikiria tutaenda kukaa kule kuota, nilikuwa nimepaga. Hakuna mahali nilienda. Nilijikuta niko Paris, nikajikuta nikifanya ninaafu, nilikuwa naongozwa na Ndura. Simuliziona. Hata wakati nilikuwa Paris, niliongozwa na the same Ndura bili. The dove zilikuwa zinaniongoza. Wakati nilienda Germany, the same zilikuwa na mimi bili. They have always been following me. Hata nikienda Mount Kenya nitazikuta. Tukienda na barabara hivi na wewe, utaziona zikitutagulia zikienda. They guide me where I'm going. So alafu nianza kukupanga. Ati kesho saa 4 tukutane mahali. Utashangaa. Utakuta unanipigia simu nakwambia niko Mombasa. Ulienda saa ngapi? Saa 4 nilikupigia simu tukaongea. Ndio na mimi nilipagwa nikaenda Mombasa. So mtu kama mimi, kwa wale wanatafutaga Bwana, wachana na mimi. I need to tell you the truth. Nutanesi unataka tumambo tugine tudogo tukusaidii, lakini kama ni hiyo ya kukua na watu huko na Bwana kwa nyumba, haki, we are wasting your time. I will never sitakusaidia. I am not a good husband. I can never be. Utateseka tu bure. Utasemaga huko na Bwana who's an existing man. Because 10 minutes I'm with you, the other 10 minutes unasikia niko Kitale, niko Rodwa. Ninapanda milima ya Rodwa. Sasa hiyo ndio ilikuwa umejitayarisha. Umepika kachapati kazuri kale kakuonoka. Unajua tu chapati tunatoka layers. Sasa hiyo ndio ilikuwa umetengenezea msee, natengenezea msee. Na umetengeneza mpaka kagirasi ka wine ka msee ndio akuja atulia mese. Unasikia kidogo, unasikia ako Rodwa. Unaona kwa profile akiwa Rodwa, muuliza uko wapi? Niko Rodwa karibu na Kakuma. So you just pray for me. When I say just pray for me. I even don't understand myself. Things I do, I don't understand them. Just pray. Niombe tu, nifanye the will of God. Kutoka utoto wangu, I've never understood myself. Kairetu, najua ino jedirageria muno. Which is right. Ito ede mundu tani. Yes. Uwako nuko da gotika wira tugathiaga nawe. Come. Na nitulithiaga tugakomaja. Huyu mama aliniweka ije tulilala ije. Lakini ni vizuri, I enjoyed it. It was good. Nilikuwa kwa kina huyu huko Rodo. Unalala nje, hakuna nyumba, unalala nje. Alafu wale hawajui kuvaa nguo, yani nguo unakaa tu venye Mungu alikuumba. No, a very good life. A very good life. Unakaa venye Mungu alikuumba. Na wanatembea na ukienda kwa koti zao hakuna repu. Hakuna police station imeandikisha repu hata kamoja. Wajiga sisi tuko na maguo na marepu ndio tumejaza. Huko unakaa tu freestyle. Freestyle. Hizi matiti zao kwa maana ni zile kama zimenyonywa, imefika hapa. Na ingine imekaa imefika wapi? Hapa. Ile kitu tu amevaa ni ile kitu hapa amevaa nini? Hapa. You enjoy. Unatembea na yeye unamshika hivi nasikia, wow. This is hivi ndivyo Mungu alitaka tukaage. Hawangangani, hawaija na hana nguo na nguo, hawangangani, hawasemi ati nguo designer hawana. Wako na natural designer clothes, suit. Designer. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Nitakupeleka siku moja kuja tuende huko waone wamama wako na uniform ya Mungu. Na hakuna repu. Sasa mpeleka huko kwa Waruya. Huko ukisikika umegusa. Wanafanya kwa nini? Wanafanya kwa nini? Ukisikika. Na katoto kakizaliwa hivi, kama sasa uzae katoto, kamusiana, kanakuwa market ni kangu. Anytime kakifikisha miaka 8 naweza kuchukua. Si ndio? Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe. Yes, nataka tutaenda kuna trip tunaenda hiyo ya Exodus. I'm planning. Nitawaambia mchange kila mtu tuchukue tuende Land Cruiser. Vizuri ni kwenda Land Cruiser. kama 3 hivi. Sasa tuende that journey, hiyo journey ya Kadesh Badea, Kadesh Badea, tuende, muende muone, tupelekwe na Mturukana mwenye anajua historia huko vizuri, wewe anajua kila kitu, atupeleke mpaka tuingie Juba, tupande tuende mpaka kule mahali kunaitwa Riek, na huko juu tuende kabisa huko. Yes, ndio tuone the journey ya penye walipita na ile milima walizunguka. Waturukana ni pati ya wale walikuwa natufinya, si ndio? Nilisaka na wao wazee wakaniambia that history vizuri. Na sisi mnasema ati iko na huko, sijui iko Gaza, sijui wapi. Gaza hakuna. Lugano lo Kenya. Nini nimeisha? Sawa tu. Tusimame kwa miguu yetu. Sasa si mmesikia utamu? Mumeona venye Mungu anajua kujibu maneno? Yeah, we don't control ourselves.
Empowering lives.
Na hii
Bethel Clouds TV, empowering lives.